So, born and raised as identical twins,
Yeah.
how was the reaction from your family and even the wider community to your mum having two girls?
Oh, wow. Two twins or two
Yeah,
girls?
just two girls.
Oh, there's actually five of us in total.
Oh, okay, 5 of you. Wow,
Yeah,
wow.
so five. So we are, well,
So
four
where
and
do you
five.
come in the?
4 and 5. Right.
Oh, okay, 4
right,
and 5.
right at the bottom. But how was, I don't know specifically the reaction to twins,
Yeah.
but we can only assume that, based on the conversations we have had with our mum about having girls before us, there probably might have been, the typical conversation that happens that, oh, alright, more girls. When we have spoken to her, I think there was one story she said when we went to India, we were about 3 years old, and our other sisters there a lot older than us. And when she went to the village, the ladies in the village were like, in the next life, maybe you'll have some sons. So that sort of weight was there with the fact that she had only girls.
But there was also the flip side where some of the work colleagues would say, amazing, you've got like so many daughters. And I think it was a mixed bag of comments, really.
It'd be interesting to know, were the work colleagues Asian?
Well, probably not actually. When one was working in, where was it, Monaco, predominantly they were non-Asian. So
Yeah.
that's quite interesting to note. So, but we would never really experienced ourselves anyway, hearing, oh, you've got 5 girls, in that way. It was said to our mum and then she would tell us. So,
Yeah.
So we never heard it directly, but through discussions she said, well, this is what happened, and this is what I've had to deal with.
Yeah.
And obviously that impacts you as you get older.
But funnily enough, now, as we've gone older, now we're hearing people say, not to us directly, but, oh, did you hear so-and-so had a baby girl? And they're like, oh, what? 20
So they're saying that now.
Still, yeah. You know what, we were at the Gurdwara and our sister had, so both of our sisters had baby girls
This year, yeah.
this year, and we went to the
Congratulations.
Gurdwara, thank you, and my mum, she told her friends and some other people, and they were not enthusiastic about it, and that's the first time I experienced it. Oh, it's okay, don't worry. My mum said, well, what do you mean, don't worry? I'm happy and I'm sharing happy news with you. So
Was the same one person who said, because my mum bought letters in or something?
Yeah, why I bought letters.
Why did you go in the same? And my mum gave her a piece of the
she gave her an earful.
Yeah.
And do you know if your mum gave out ladoos, because obviously she's had usually tradition to give it out on the borders. Do you know if any with any of you?
Don't know. No idea.
No.
We will ask her.
Yeah, and then let me know. It'd be interesting to know.
After that,
Yeah, because it'd be interesting because by the time eventually she's gonna want to do that because it's tradition, isn't it?
Yeah, she did with our nieces.
Eldest niece, so her
That's
first
good.
granddaughter she did, and then with these other 2 nieces, she told everybody, and she did give out small machai. So she did do that with her grandchildren. I don't know if she did it with her.
Well, that just shows how, even if she did do it with you, she's kind of like changing with the times, and that just shows how much growth there's been in that kind of situation, isn't it? Well, growing up, have you ever felt boys were more favoured within the Asian community? That's going to be a resounding yes.
We've got time for that.
We've got plenty of time.
I think so. I mean, it's not fair to say it was a blanket response to say that everyone looked like this. But we grew up seeing around us that boys were preferred for obviously this financial burden that is perceived that the girls carry. This whole thing about Daj, dowry, getting married, the girls who had to pay the expenses. So we grew up hearing that in the community.
I think also, and a lot of our friends can resonate with this, when we were teenagers and we were growing up, what we all heard was, make sure your rotti's round, and what will your mother-in-law say, and the family is going to reflect badly on me. Whereas I'm sure, because we didn't have brothers, we don't know, but our friends who have brothers, they've confirmed that was never said to them. So I guess in a nutshell, the girls were being prepared for a marriage, and nothing was being said to the boys in terms of, when you get married, this is what is expected of you. So that disparity is really clear there. Not specifically with us though.
It's interesting you say that because if you ask like non-Asian friends and everything like that,
that doesn't exist, does it?
Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't. If you compare the kind of two, it kind of is very. It's very different, isn't it?
I think it's from what I know, working with a variety of colleagues, even those who are from the Caribbean, they have like a similar kind of cultural customs to us in that way, or expectations rather. But I think it's down to your family as well, because there are families within our own culture who are breaking away from those expectations. And we've said this many times that in order to change that mindset, it has to start at home. In order for them to start creating like a ripple effect in the community, like one family, one person has to take that stand.
Yeah.
And especially in a community like ours where everyone talks, gossips and whatnot, it's quite difficult to, or challenging rather, to be that first person to say, we're not going to do it this way. Maybe we want to be the change. But we're seeing it happening at more rapid pace now, like with the Pink Olympic campaign.
Yeah.
Like, we're seeing stories, really wonderful stories, all over social media.
People are coming forward, aren't they? And
They're sharing their stories and sharing legends when a baby girl is born. So, it's good to see that change in our lifetime.
Yeah.
One thing I do want to ask is, because we have so many traditions in place in our culture for Pacific, genders. So, for example, Jula ceremony, you've got the Dulli ceremony for the girl at the wedding, because girls are expected to leave the home and go to their husband's home, and the boys generally can stay. Obviously nowadays, no one really stays with their parents. Like, it's kind of rare now, more so than it was before, isn't it? So, but do you not think we're going to lose them kind of like nice traditional values if it does go total, into equality?
It's a really great question, and it's one that we talk about with our friends a lot. And in fact, one of our male friends, he was talking about this, that he's from up north, he said if I ever came to London and married a girl from there, here one, like I would leave my home. So would I have a daughter? I mean, that's a good point, why is it only, nowhere does it say that it has to be specifically for a girl, it's only because the expectation is the girl is going to leave her family, but like you said, some people have already moved out of their homes well before marriage. So
there are some people now who are saying we don't believe in the Dawes, and we don't want to do that. Or,
the reason they say that is because they believe that it's quite outdated in that in holding the Dawes ceremony, you're saying that that home is no longer the daughter's home, and a lot of people say that's not the case. But then there's the other side where we mentioned. How far do we go?
And the thing is, we don't want to lose our culture, our tradition, because living in Britain as British Asians, it is hard because you can see it,
Trying to find the balance, right?
Yeah, and it's trying to find the balance, because obviously everyone stands for equality and everyone wants, equal rights and stuff, but also you don't want to lose the kind of
such
little...
a good question that is, and this is the thing that we've noticed. So, without sounding like we're being judgmental, not coming across like that, but what we've seen is there's a lot of people who perhaps on the outside may not look really traditional or into their culture, but when it comes to their wedding, they want to adopt all these customs. But you wouldn't think otherwise. You think, oh, but you don't strike me as that type of person, but they do want to wear their jewelry for X amount of days, and they just want to do everything. So then, I think what it comes down to is one, personal preference, and what culture means different things to different people, and it's just about everyone doesn't adhere to every aspect of culture. They pick and choose what's relevant to them, I think, and it's not necessarily about getting rid of culture or customs. I think it's just about just revising them.
Yeah.
That's okay to do.
I mean, a lot of the
as in terms of what works for you.
I mean, sorry to interject, but a lot of the cultural customs and traditions were time specific, and we're living in a different time and era now, so are they relevant, and is it more of a fear of that we're afraid of change as a community and we don't want to lose our identity, because our family came here and many other families came here struggling, and holding on to that cultural aspect was their way of having that link back home. But now in our generation, we have two identities, maybe three identities, so we're just trying to figure out, okay, we're a little bit British, but we're a little bit Punjabi, so we're trying to form this kind of amalgamation, but it doesn't quite, it's like our foot is half in and half out,
Do you not think our generation now is going to shape the way future, because I think we're in the in-between phase, like you just said, and we're trying to figure out the balance. And then before, whereas our parents were kind of a bit more old school, because that's how they brought up.
Well, they left everything, right? They uprooted and they're trying to hold on to what they've left behind, and that's the only way of remembering their home, if you like. And that's why there was so much emphasis placed on when they had their kids that you must remember your language, you must remember all this, because we left everything to come and raise you here.
And I think it's commendable that they were able to, not just in London, all the major cities in the UK and America and Canada, that these families, despite the struggles, were able to still create those communities and maintain those cultural customs. And just on your point there, is our generation going to do that? I mean, just to take one example, the names now that are chosen for babies that are born, they're not traditional names, they're not good breathe or just breathe. You know, even just to take our niece's example, we've got Anaya, Anisi and Akira. It could not be less Punjabi, right? So we're seeing that happen a lot. So that's a very interesting point, and it's not one that we can...
Can I just also add there, so in terms of like when you say does culture matter and customs, so if you take the example of back in the day, the woman was expected to be the caregiver and nurture the home and everything. Now women go to work as much as guys go to work, but there's still this notion that people believe, well, you go to work, but when you come back, you still have to carry out these responsibilities in the home. That's where I think we need to move with the times, because yes, once upon a time a woman was expected to get married and just have children, and that there was nothing else expected from her. That was her life role, her life purpose. Now there's people getting married later, people won't even get married. They don't want to be confined to these stereotypes. So then, in that sense, it's good to break out of, I would say, because it just boxes. It doesn't apply anymore. It really doesn't apply. And if you go with that. If we stay with that idea of keeping to culture and tradition, let's take the surnames for example. We have a lot of different castes, farmers, carpenters, God knows what else, but how many of us are actually farmers or adhering to the carpentry trade? We're not, so we're proud to be associated with that, but we know nothing about it. I think,
there's one other thing that I've been kind of discussing with colleagues as well, friends, that how this notion of maintaining your culture, we don't choose the culture that we're born into. It's kind of placed on us, much like our religion as well. So why, I don't know if there's a specific answer, but just something to talk about that. Why is there this responsibility of being loyal to your culture? What does that even mean when it's not your choice, right?
Like kind of born into it.
Yeah. You know, as soon as you're born, the labels all thrown at you. You're Punjabi, you're Sikh, you're Muslim, you're Hindu, and it's like, well, that was placed upon me. It's not.
I think it's more about learning about it, because we don't, because obviously we go, I went to a Catholic school, so we done prayers in the morning, so hymns, and then you adapt to that, and it's all about learning. As I've grown older, I wanted to learn about it, so I've done it myself, secretly, but so it's all, I think it's more about learning about it, and then you probably want to, whereas if you're told, like you said, you're Punjabi, you're Sikh, this is it. You don't really have that choice and that kind of like...
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, it's with anything in life. If you're given that freedom to explore something yourself, then naturally, you're going to want to research as much as you can. If someone is telling you, kind of like, no, I can't bother, I don't want to do it, because your freedom is kind of...
you don't want to be dictated to exactly.
Forward to when and if you decide to have children, would the sex of the child matter? I'd be really shocked if...
Great questions. I love these questions you're asking. They're just so refreshing. People have not asked us what you're saying. Does it matter? It's okay. Do you want to answer yours first? What do you think?
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, you hear a lot of new parents saying this. As long as our baby's healthy, that's all that matters.
10 fingers, 10 toes, we don't care.
This is the general thing, but at the end of the day, it shouldn't matter whether it's a boy or a girl. In this day and age, whatever achievements and expectations you have for them, it should be for both. If you have a son, you think, he needs to be a doctor. Well, firstly, they should be where they want to be, right? The same expectation is what you should have for the girl. It shouldn't matter, you know, what they are. What matters is, at the end of the day, you're going to nurture them and love them in a way that they end up being human beings that will, you know, have a positive effect on society. And that is something a boy and a girl can do. So, let's be honest, I don't know, when I have a child, whenever that is, I don't care what it is. It just, I will love it no matter what. So, yeah.
I think me personally, I would like one of each.
A mixed bag.
Yeah, a mixed bag, and just raise them the same. And my husband, I've spoken to him, and he said, you know, if we have a boy, we're gonna teach him how to make food. We're gonna teach him, I'm gonna teach her how to. I'm talking about stereotypes here, but change the tire on the car. And so basically, you are both able to, whether you're a boy or girl,
do practical everyday life
skills. Because you know, eating food is a basic thing for sustenance, right? And it shouldn't be that, oh, only a girl should do it. You need to eat as well, so you need to learn that. And so they both should be able to just live in society. That's it. Being able to do everything. And I think we'd like to teach them both. We've spoken about that. So it's not a preference of a girl or a boy. We're just happy to have whatever.